What's up everybody, it's Laura, That RV Girl here at Traveland RV, and today I have a 2025 leisure travel van Unity twin bed. This is the 24 TB, a 25-foot B+ motorhome that is sure to impress with its 2 living room options and its incredible amount of exterior storage. There's even a pass-through storage bay. So like always, let's get started around the exterior and work our way in. You'll notice when you're getting into the driver's or passenger side, you have a fiberglass step up, and we've even got a courtesy light to make getting into the evenings that much more comfortable. Now let's really get started by showing off all of this exterior storage here. Now these are all going to be galvanized sheet metal storage bays here, so they are built tough. We also have that felt lining here. We've got another nice big storage bay underneath here, again with the felt line. Your Truma AquaGo system just up above that, and then we've got our shore power. Now, standard on all LTV vans is going to be a surge protector built within your shore power system here, so you don't have to bring another one along with you. So if you find yourself at a campground with faulty power, it will keep your electronics and your coach safe. Now here in the back is where we're gonna have our utility center here, or our service center here. So underneath you're gonna find your macerator. So check this out, compared to a normal sewer hose, this is actually all you need here to dump your black and gray tanks. Now the macerator is really just going to grind up the solids and make it a lot easier for you to dump your tanks. But don't worry, if you do have any issues with your macerator, you can still dump your tanks the standard way with a larger 3-inch sewer hose that they've included for you as well. Now also underneath here, you're gonna have your propane shutoff switch, so nice and easy if you're hopping on ferries or you need to turn it off for whatever reason. You've got your water pump, then of course we've got our city fill here, so you can fill up your tank, or you can just have city water directly coming into your coach. And we have a hot and cold shower. So we've got the little spray here, easy if you're showering off pets or grand kiddos, or you just need to rinse off your gear. Now this storage compartment up top, this is going to be the fun one that is actually a full pass-through storage into the back. So we're gonna leave this side open so you can really see all that sunlight beaming through. But for now, check out all of this storage you got here, and actually you can access this part from the interior as well. So we'll get to that in just a little bit. Here along the rear, we've got a few exciting things going on. You do have a hitch on this baby, and you can tow about 4,000 pounds, but definitely look at your owner's guide for more of the specifics. When it comes to towing, whatever gear you're bringing, you want to be really careful with your weights. We want to make sure that you're safe on the road. That's what's most important. Now, speaking of safety, you have 2 rear view cameras. One is going to operate from that rear view mirror, so you've got live time backup camera footage as you're driving, and the other is going to be in your main monitor screen. Now, even though you have those 2 backup cameras, I mean, accidents happen. That's why they're called accidents. But the cool thing about this van is that this whole rear area here is actually a 2-piece fiberglass mask. So should you bump into something, bumper first, you're not having to replace the entire rear cap here. The bumper is going to be separate. So that's gonna make any repairs nice and easy. But I mean, let's cross our fingers that doesn't happen. All right, time to properly reveal this pass-through rear storage here. For that, I'm gonna have to bring you a little bit closer with me so you can actually see. Check it out, you can see all of that sunlight through there. Now, we've opted for that exterior table, so that's also within this pass-through storage compartment, and that's actually just going to hook up right over here. So it's a full aluminum table, so you can just hook that up, and you've got a nice little spot outdoors to take in a meal, set your things, whatever else you need. Back to the storage, I just want to make sure that you've got a really nice look at everything we've got going in here. We've got some felt lining up on the walls, and you even have an extension in the back there so you can reach this rear ladder that much easier. All right, storage continues down below, so we're just going to continue going through all of these bays so you can get a nice look at them. They kind of vary in different sizes, but again, like I mentioned, they outline both sides of your motorhome, so you've got plenty of space to bring along the gear you need, because usually that is a myth with vans and Class B pluses, is that you don't have enough storage, and this unit is definitely breaking that stereotype. Now we also have the optional generator here, so it's going to come standard with a lithium battery as well as a 3,000 watt inverter, but if you want to charge up those batteries and need a little more power, you've got the generator. Now this is going to be your battery compartment. We've got it outfitted with the single 270 amp hour lithium battery, but you can also opt for the second battery. And we're gonna find our 3000 watt pure sine inverter here as well. And you've got your battery disconnect switch. You're also gonna have a battery disconnect switch inside on your Firefly multiplex system and on one of the little control panels that I'll show you once we hop inside. Circling back up front to the passenger corner, you have one more storage compartment right up here, and this is where your furnace offput is. So be mindful to not put anything in front of that, as it's gonna put off a little bit of heat. All right, now we've gone all the way around this unit. It's time to hop inside, but first off, I want to show you the driver's seat, where you will be spending a good amount of your time as you make your way from point A to point B to point C to point wherever you want to be. We are riding on the Mercedes 3500 cutaway chassis, and really cool feature, you have the option to paddle shift with your transmission up here. We also have power and heated seats, and one of my favorite features is that you have the settings memory for your seats. Now I'm 5'2", my husband's 6'6". We definitely don't ride the same way when we're driving, and it's a lot easier to just press a button than have to go, you know, you get the gist. So without further ado, let's get you inside. Well, hello there. That was pretty quick. I figured we would stop and have a little chat right up here in your entryway because we have this new shoe storage here, which you can't see at the moment. So let me come a little bit further down. You have this great shoe storage here underneath your first step there, so you can easily kick off your shoes. Probably put about 2 to 3 pairs there or more. Then when you come inside, you're going to find a grab handle on the inside and a nice size grab handle on the exterior as well, so you can feel safe and secure entering and exiting your coach. Also, I mentioned a battery disconnect switch being on the exterior and the interior. We're gonna find that on our Firefly multiplex control system, but you're also gonna find that here on this panel that I mentioned. We're gonna have a couple different panels throughout the coach to make it just nice and convenient when you need to operate things like lights, or in this case, because we are so close to the exterior, you've got your battery disconnect here, and we've got our step override. So if you're at a campground or you're gonna be going in and out of your coach, you don't want that step always going in and out just like you are, so you can actually override that and just leave it out at all times. But don't worry, if you do forget and you go in to start your vehicle and head off, it's going to automatically retract in. Also, little feature that I always love, you've got some hooks right off the main entry door, so you can immediately hang up your coats, jackets, keys, whatever you need, so that there's no clutter inside your beautiful motor coach. And to give you the privacy that you need when closed, you've got a beautiful window there on your entry door. But if you need a little more privacy or to block out some of the sun, you're gonna find a roller shade in this area that will click into place. Okay, let me give you the full tour. Welcome inside the Unity 24 TD. Now these here are our power heated seats that are going to swivel and create one of our 2 lounge spaces or living rooms, as I mentioned outside. Right in front of me here, we've got an inlet for the post for your lagoon style table, so you can really create that perfect entertaining space, or it's a great space to take in a meal, or if you need to get a little bit of work done, you have a nice spot to do that from your swivel seats with the Ultra fabrics, or from one of 2 of your bench seating areas. Now we've got one here just behind the driver's seat with a seat belt, and we have another just behind the passenger seat, all with the 2-inch thick density foam, so it's a nice and comfortable ride. Now that's going to bring the total seat belts up to 4, including the driver. And I know what you're thinking, it's a twin bed configuration, and this doesn't look like a whole lot of room to sleep more than 2 people. But actually, let me show you something pretty cool right off the bat. These 2 benches are actually going to turn into a super single sleeper. Try and say that 10 times fast. Now we've got these cushions here on Velcro, so I'm just gonna remove them so I can show you. And then underneath, check this out. We've got our seat belts here. Let's remove these out of the way. Look at this. Just take this piece and fold it right over. Now I have seen it demonstrated as a nice ottoman type area when we've got these seats swiveled over, because now you can bring that cushion up and check this out. I'm gonna enjoy my smart TV from right here and I can put my feet up. Pretty cool, hey? But because I wanna demonstrate for you the sleeper, let's just go ahead and continue putting all of our cushions in. Now I just put you a little bit further back in the hallway because I want to ensure that you can see this fully. We're gonna also fold over this piece here. So it's just gonna overlap there. And then we can just bring all these in together. And I mean, look at this. When I say super sleeper sofa, I am definitely not doing this space justice. Like, look at how much space I have. I'm gonna blow your mind one more time because this is going to accommodate one more person, right? We have 4 seat belts. We can do 2 in the back. Honestly, you could even do 3 because that king size bed is gonna just, but while we're here, consider 2 in the back. Only 1 can fit on here, but wait, there's actually an optional blow-up air mattress, which when these turn around, it turns it into a double bed. Pretty cool, hey? I'm not gonna demonstrate that, but I will put a picture up for you so you can see what that looks like. Is that not so cool? I love it. Okay, let's get this back to the bench seating and continue. All right, I feel like I should have done a little time lapse, but hey, here we are back to our bench seating. Now let's talk a little bit more about what we've got going on in this space before we head into the cockpit. Right up above me here, you have a massive skylight. You can open this wide open to bring in tons of natural air. You've got the screen here to keep the bugs out. Yes, please. And if you're in those really hot destinations where the sun is just beaming down on you and you need a little bit of a break from it, you've also got the shade. But hey, if you want, you can do a little bit of both. I'm gonna go ahead and close up both because it's a pretty sunny day today and I think I'm getting a little warm. Maybe I'm just having lots of fun. Okay. Yes, I totally am, by the way. Okay, right behind me here, we've got our beautiful European style cabinets here with the hidden hinges and a push to lock. It's also on the soft close if you didn't notice, but this big one right here is actually going to harbor your safe, which is lovely to have. Right over here is where we're gonna find our Firefly multiplex control system, which actually, let's get some power in this baby, shall we? This is where you're gonna find your Firefly multiplex system. Now you can have all of your controls in the palm of your hand with your phone, or you've got all of those really great little control panels throughout the coach that I will show and highlight for you as we find them. Or you've also got, you know, this control panel here too. Now you can check your tank levels there. Really cool thing, when you're filling up your freshwater tank, there is going to be an overfill outlet. So if you fill it up too full, it's just going to start dripping out and you'll know that you can stop now. You can also check your house battery, chassis battery. You've got your gen start in here and you've got your water pump switch. Plus something new is your inverter switch. So you can easily turn that on and off. Also really cool is all of your outlets in here are going to work off of your inverter, so that's going to make accessing power really nice and easy for you. Ultimately, you can do everything from this little guy right here. We've got our light master. I mean, I just turned them on, so let's get them back up here. Anyways, enough of this fantastic system. You can do all the things from there. Climate control. Oh, when you access your inverter, actually, this is really cool. You can actually see how your power is being used, and I did this because there's kind of like a little flow chart. Anyways, it's really awesome and super user-friendly. All right, let's look at a couple more storage options in this area. You've got a nice deep cabinet right up top here. I love the accent lighting underneath. LED accent lighting all throughout this coach. Right over here above this area is where we're gonna find all of our outlets for our TV. And you've got a great amount of space underneath, plus a standard outlet if you need to put any other devices and power things up. Now, I won't get into our kitchen just yet because I actually want to back things up a little bit and talk more about the cockpit area and give you a better look from the driver's seat, as we only had a quick peek outside. Now, you have a ton of features. LTV loads it up in here, so you have things like hill start assist. It's also got attention assist, so if you're someone that tends to overextend yourself and you find yourself veering lanes, it's gonna say, hey, you should stop, take a snooze, have a nap, grab a cup of coffee. Let's get you more alert. And I think that's very helpful and another important safety feature. All right, I'm going to hop over into the passenger seat so you can get a nice little look from here. Riding in style, co-pilot style. That's usually how I roll. Passenger princess, if you will. Just give me an iced coffee and I'm ready to roll. But also, I want to pick you up myself and show you this cockpit area. So let's turn you around so you can get a nice look here. Now this is going to be that dash screen where you're going to have one of your 2 rear view cameras. Right up here we've got our rear view mirror that again can be a standard mirror or it's going to have that rear view camera. And of course you've got all the other creature comforts that you need while on the road, like tons of cup holders, including, look at these cup holders. up here. They're actually quite helpful. And you've got airbags in the seats and all around to keep you safe. Let's actually take a closer look at your controls right up here. Nice look at the steering wheel. Ain't she pretty? And everything here down below. Just want you to get a nice look here. And remember, we've got the memory settings for the seats, so you can easily program that in. They are heated power seats and fully swivel to join up into the rest of your coach. And speaking of joining up into the coach, you actually have a full privacy shade that's going to go all around your windows and not close off the cockpit completely, so that you actually can gain all of that additional space here in the coach, specifically in this living area. So you actually will have a great spot to just kick back and relax. And since I've got you in the palm of my hand, I'm gonna swivel you around because now it is time to talk kitchen. Let me give you a real nice look without me in front of it. And then I'm gonna put you back right where you belong on the tripod, so I can now tour this beautiful kitchen for you. I'm gonna start at the end. We'll work our way around, starting with some storage you've got here along the side, and this really neat curve. So we've got an outward curve and inward curve on our cabinets here, so you can access all of your plumbing and everything easily. And you have easy access to your Truma AquaGo Comfort Plus water heater. Just along the side, I'll just keep you down here since we're here. We've got plenty of drawers on the full pull out here. That track extends all the way. Here's your filter. And up at the very top, we've got your cutlery organizer, which I always appreciate. Or, I mean, hey, at this point, it's a remote organizer. Now, up top, we've got the accessory channel here. So you're gonna have a spot to hang utensils for your spices, or, you know, my phone and your paper towel holder. Also, along the back, we've got this little cutout here of your countertop for your garbage can, but I have also heard that people use that as a cooler, and they just fill that up with ice and keep their bevies nice and cool that way. You're gonna find a 2-burner spark ignition cooktop, and the cool thing here is the top is actually going to act as a backsplash and protect your kitchen from any grease spatter. Also, if you need any extra counter space, they've given you the countertop extension piece right off of here. Within these beautiful frameless windows, you're gonna have a sunscreen, and we'll have a full blackout shade. And up above us here, we're gonna have more cabinets so you can store away all of your dishes. Now they are nice and deep and 2-tiered, so you can actually fit plates in here and all of your dishware easily. And again, hidden hinges, all on the soft close, and a push to lock. Now, we talked about our lounge space, and I did mention our smart TV. So also here in this area is your 27-inch smart TV with the sound bar. And to keep things nice and fresh when you're cooking, we've got a max air fan just up above. Now, when it comes to heating up your food real quick and maybe getting a little bit of baking done too, you've got a convection microwave. And guess what? It works off of the inverter. Now that's something to be excited about. And down below that, we've got our 12-volt fridge here. And again, this is gonna work off of the inverter as well. So we've got a nice big fridge up top and a drawer freezer down below. And for all your snacks, my favorite flavor of chips right now, I have 2. When it comes to Doritos, I'm a flaming hot nacho girl. And 2, just an OG potato chip, Old Dutch, all dressed. If you haven't tried them, you need to try them. And if you're not from Canada, you gotta come up here just to try them. And get your LTV from us at Traveland RV. Okay, enough of plugging my favorite snacks and dealership, but check it out. Look at this awesome pull-out pantry we've got to keep all of your groceries stored away neatly. And above that, you're gonna find another one of those convenient control panels. This one here, you're gonna operate your fan, as of course that's right up above your space. We've got our ceiling accent lights here, and of course the light master, so you can power that on and off whenever you need. All right, next up, I'm gonna take it to the back because I wanna showcase for you this incredible space. Not only is it a twin bed setup that can convert into a king bed setup, which I'll show you in a moment, but this is also your secondary lounge space, as we've got outlets for your lagoon table, so you can easily set up your table, have a workspace, have a little breakfast in bed space. It's amazing. I love it. And I also think that it complements that 4-person seating capacity perfectly if you opt for the additional air mattress, because you can set up that double bed up front. This is super easy to convert. So during the day, you could just leave this open and kind of have like a bench hangout seating area and not have to blow up that mattress more than once or, you know, move it around. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents. Not that anybody asked, but let's talk a bit about storage, because storage in this space is pretty impressive. I'm going to start off with a crazy one that I never noticed. We've got secret James Bond underneath the step storage. Like, wow, keep all of your treasures down below. And then on either side here, we're gonna have some storage. Now this one we can access from the exterior. So I had shown you that when we looked on the driver's side into what was gonna be our pass-through storage along the back. And that's also where my additional cushion was for our super single sleeper up front. And on this side, we're gonna find that as well. We've got some felt line underneath here, and you've got some space for you to put clothes, whatever else you need. And we've got our brackets here to actually hold our lagoon table, which is behind me here. So that's gonna hold the leg for that. Now, look at how greatly sized this lagoon table is. I just want you to see that. So if you wanna have that in this space, obviously we'll have it risen up and on the post, but we've got that little inlet there. You've got a great amount of space here. You can move it about, you can access it from either side, or like I mentioned in the beginning, that's a great spot to put right up front between those 2 bench seats and your swivel chairs, because now you've got a great spot to accommodate you and your guests. All right. This is the post attachment for up there, but let's continue talking about storage because I've got more. And for that, I'm actually going to head into the middle here, because check it out, drawer number 1 and drawer number 2. And we haven't even gotten into all of the storage around us, so let's do that right now. Along the back, up above each side, you've got your own overhead bin. We've got a little cubby storage here. Outlets off of our AC, which by the way, our AC is also on the inverter. I know. And then along all the sides, we've got this beautiful curved European cabinetry just everywhere for us to utilize for storage. And everything is on the soft close. Just push to lock. Now behind me here where I was sitting, we're gonna move this panel over into the king bed setup so you can see that. But we've got another one of those little convenient control panels right here. This one is really for accent lighting around your cabinets, up above, your porch light, your bed step light, and of course your light master. You wanna have those easy controls right next to you in bed or from your phone. All right, let's go ahead and convert this. So we're just gonna open this little piece up and pull it right down. Now we've got a great little spot here for us to push our cushions in, and ta-da! Look at this space. Oh my goodness. Not only is it massive, but it's also so comfortable, and you can lay whichever way you like, but it can absolutely accommodate 2 people. Or if you've got grandbabies with you and you just want to shove them all in the back, they could absolutely have a great little sleepover in this space. Okay. I'm not done yet because I want to showcase a little more for you what we've got going on back here that is going to make it count as a second lounge space. I think we're missing one important element that I haven't touched on just yet. And that is your 24-inch smart TV just in the back here. Plus, I've got even more storage that I didn't show you yet, and that's going to be in these wardrobes on both sides with hanging space. So I mean, you are fully covered. What can I say? When it comes to storage, this Unity twin bed exceeds all expectations. All right, let's get into our bathroom setup now. It is a split bath setup. So we've got our shower, and I love it when they just give us mirrors everywhere. It's so thoughtful because you need mirrors when you're getting ready in the morning, and a little baby one isn't gonna cut it. Okay, let's take a look at our shower first, but before we do that, did you notice how this door completely closes off the space? So if you need to have some privacy and separate these two spaces, you can simply open up this door here, and guess what? That doesn't mean that everything in the shower is coming out, because you've got the squeezy shower door, which means you can have your shower and know that as you're rolling it back in, all of the water is going to bead off into your drain here, into your gray tank. Now you've got a hook in here that I'm using for my little shirt jacket, but also you're gonna have this little fold down rod here, so if you want to hang up any swimsuits or do a little laundry and just hang to dry, you've got a spot for that. You've got a great size shower head here with the switch so you can control the pressure, so if you're boondocking you don't need to have all that water coming out, you don't want to waste your supply. Up above us we have a huge skylight. Like, this is a real nice pocket up in here, so that's going to help bring back some of that space you lost from this step up. But overall you've got great headroom in here, and if you didn't notice, we've also got the handle here in the shower and designated spot for your soaps and shampoos. Now, directly across from that, we're gonna have our macerator porcelain toilet here up on a step up, so you've got plenty of space for your legs to get comfortable. We've got a bit of a cove behind us, so you're not right up against the wall. We have our toilet paper holder just in front of us, and we've got some little corner cubbies here that go all the way up to the top. We have another max air fan to keep you nice and fresh. Towel holder here, another little utility center where you can hang up things like toothbrushes, cups, or store those here, your glass of water, whatever else you need. You have the Corian countertops here in the bathroom as well. Undermount stainless steel sink. Storage underneath the sink. Nice big mirror here. And storage up above with this little cabinet and these little hanging rods just behind. What can I say? I feel like we ate and left no crumbs in this tour meeting. If you didn't know that phrase, and I don't even think I used it correctly, I think we've opened up every nook and cranny and done a really great job taking a look at this unit together. But to get the full experience and into that driver's seat, you're just gonna have to come visit us here at Traveland RV. Oh, also one more thing I realized as I was already inside, this unit also has the Girard legless awning with wind sensor. A colleague of mine, her and I tried to activate it together. It's really great. You don't ever want to put your awning out if there is a strong wind, but if a strong wind were to happen, you can actually demonstrate how it works by tapping it. We couldn't reach, it was pretty high for us, but if you were to tap it and mimic wind, you can actually see it activate and retract inwards. It's really cool. So that's going to be there on your passenger side. But alas, I'm finished my tour, you guys. If you had some fun, be sure to subscribe as I'm putting out a new video every day. And hey, drop a like and a comment. Tell me what you want to see next. Never know when your favorite might pop up. Safe travels, everybody. Happy camping, and I'll see you tomorrow.